Okay, now I want you to say something to me. Tell me the story of your life, or say something.
Oh, now, Margaret, you know I can't do that.
I know it's hard for you
All
to say
I've done is
anything.
talk all day long today, and now I've run out.
I don't.
Run down.
I don't blame you.
Those things work.
They're kind of fun. Gerald uses it quite a bit.
Well, it's louder too, isn't it? Of course, the volume you can turn up to.
Right, it records at about the same volume all the time, but then you can, adjust it up here.
Yes,
How you want it to sound.
Well, that's wonderful. Gosh, I wish I'd have had that when your mother was a little girl.
Why?
Now eat your spinach, Pat. Now eat your dinner. Because Grandfather used to say, gee, I wish I had a phonograph record of her. Well, she'd say, I'll eat it in a minute. Come on, we used to have spinach and baked potatoes a lot. It was easy for me to picture something anyway. But well, at that time Popeye was strong, and you always had to have spinach at every meal, I'll eat it when I get around to it. I'll eat this first. and you'd say, I hate that stuff. I'd sit there and your daddy put your dinner on your table and you'd look at it. I hate that stuff. Oh, honey, you were a doll when you were little. I always had to go to bed with you every night. And I did with your mother, too.
Were we just scaredy cats or something?
Well, I don't know. I think you wanted a little sense of security. Of course, I spoiled you. Because I put Bet and Pat to bed, and, well, this was an accident in Kansas. And the abbot wrote this letter to his father, Colonel L.S. Treat. Levi Stewart, yes.
Oh, Levi Stewart Treat. Dear Sir, what? In reference to your note, is that what that means?
Yes.
I am sorry that Frank must interrupt the studies, but he can continue to improve if he studies a few hours every day. After Christmas, we have no class until January 5th, 1880.
Mm-hmm.
Accept my best wishes for the holidays. Yours truly, somebody Walford?
Yeah,
Abbott?
The abbot is the head of the,
St. Benedict's College, Atchison, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
This was a letter?
Yes, that he evidently, his father had him lay off from school to help on the farm or something, see? And so he had to tell the abbot that Frank wasn't going to go to school, and then he went back to college afterwards, see? And
now this is, who is this? Levi Stewart
that's
Treat.
my father.
That
was his father, Colonel L.S. Treat.
I see.
See? Well, and then here.
Now what's
See the
this?
writing on that.
Mr. H. Blackman, Arizona. Dear Daddy, Mother wants you to send for a pass for a few, so we can come home for a few days. Is my watch fixed? If it is, send it to me. Mother is getting ready to take Grandma to California for 3 months and said we could have hot dogs for lunch. 26 relations came. Mother is all Warren, W-O-R-E-N, out. Tell Aunt Sister that she left doll babies.
Yeah, we used to call it Marguerite Doll Baby.
Doll babies. Something here. I don't know what to say, so I will go down and take a swim. Send my watch. Love and kisses. With love, Patsy.
They're cute.
Ah, cute.
We were on California.
Send my watch. Send my watch.
Yeah. So, well, I'll tell you, when we were down there on the beach, we went there and spent the, I think what she meant that I was taking Mother over to Glendale, California, to the hospital there because she was taking treatment, see?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, no. Now this is a letter that my father had written his mother. And he wrote a beautiful hand. That was in 1902. I want you to read that. Read it out loud so I can hear you.
From the office of James Flynn, City License and Tax Collector, Tucson, Arizona, January 5, 1902. Dear Mother, I was very much blessed to receive a letter from you and one from Georgia and Esther.
Ethel.
Ethel.
The sisters, huh?
Ethel, while I was in Los Angeles for a few days on my way back from
San
Jose, California, where I delivered a trainload of cattle. I bought a few presents for the children, and none of my presents amounted to much, and they were not costly, but I wanted you to know that I still remembered you with the same old love. I forgot to tell Georgia that I made arrangements with the store where I bought hers, that in case they were too small, she could exchange for a size or two larger. I wonder what he bought her.
Well, I don't know. You see, Georgie and Ethel were his two little sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason they were children. Now read
this is your father, Frank.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. I took 1,118 head of cattle up and had very good luck. I only lost 2 head. It was very cold while I was north and only got thawed out when I got down to Los Angeles. I expected to make another trip as soon as it rained in California, as I had an option on a trainload of Sonora cattle, but now there is a quarantine against Sonora, and we cannot bring out any more cattle from there, and cattle are very scarce around here now. Teddy, the youngest, has been quite sick for a few days with cholera. Inflammation, is that it?
Yes,
But is better now. Had the doctor several times. Anyone in the raising... What? In the raising... sentence
is bound, raising kids, I guess, or children, is bound to have trouble.
We are not sure, but we rather expect a visit from the Higbees after the El Paso Carnival, which takes place about the 20th. You said in your letter that there was 14 at Christmas dinner and supper, but there was 2 that did not belong to the family. Yet. Oh, Maggie and myself have been trying to figure out what that meant.
Well, his 2 sisters were engaged to be married, see?
Oh, Now, who was 2 sisters?
That was their boyfriends. I don't know which one's Alice, I guess.
That meant, but we have not been able to do so yet to our entire satisfaction. Lily, Sam's wife, is living with us now, as I am away a good deal, and Sam is in Mexico working for the W.C. Green Copper Company. Mabel and sister go to school. Toady goes to kindergarten, that's you, and we expect to start Mike soon. Oh.
Well, Mike was my brother, Frank. Papa's called, he has his own nickname, see?
Oh.
And Mike was brother, see?
Oh, Frank, I see.
But this is what I wanted to read, is Tody's going to kindergarten. In 1902 is when I started school.
Tell Georgia, Jess, Tell Georgia Jess has got a sure enough scar. He belongs.
Bo, isn't it?
Who's that?
Yeah, Bo.
Oh, sure enough, Bo.
Yes.
He belongs
to the Stetson people of the Stetson hat fame.
Oh, it looks like matrimony to me. Now, who's
your loving son?
Jess? Okay, your loving son. Friend.
Well, that was my Aunt Jessie I was telling you about. See in that picture.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And she was engaged to this man from. I mean, his name was Stetson, and his folks were the Stetson hat people. See.
Okay, I don't think I have this straight. Now, this was your father, Frank Treat, writing to his mother.
Yes.
When she was where?
She was in Anderson, Kansas.
Oh, I see. She wrote back to him.
Well, it was just an old letter he had written, and I had saved it. See.
He has a lovely hand.
We wrote beautifully. And here's one that he wrote several. And he wrote to his mother, every week of the world, and your ancestor has all the letters. Oh, he loved his mother. This is when we moved to Benson in 1911.
My dear mother, these sure are in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Benson Water Company.
Yeah, that's when he bought the Benson Water Company.
Oh, Frank Treat manager. December 20th, 1911. My dear mother, your good letter received a few days since was very glad to hear from you. He doesn't put his punctuation in. And that you are fairly well. You have not been very strong for some years, and of course you cannot always expect to be young. No doubt this cold weather is hard on you. I wish you could pay us a visit for a year in southern sunny Arizona, but for the last week or so we have been having an exceptionally cold here. It has some. Also, for 8 mornings I have had to warm up the water in the engine to start up the pumping plant. Christmas will soon be here, and I wish I could be with you all for another happy day, but it seems like I got so far away and have not made exactly financial success that I might have made, and with such a large family and so much expenses that it would be very hard for me to spare the time and money to make the trip homeward, but that I should like to see you all. There is hardly a day passes, even now after these many years of separation, that I do not think of you in some way or other, and wish for your welfare and happiness. He must be using a quill pen because he keeps running out of ink.
Yes.
I sent to Tucson for Sister to get you some little remembrance for your Christmas, as there is very little to be had here. I did not know what would be appropriate to send you, so I told her if she could not get anything more suitable to get you a small Navajo rug, but I have not heard from her yet. We are making a living out of the Benson Water Plant and are getting along fairly well. Of course, I do not make as much money as I did in politics, but I think it was a good thing to get out and settle down to something else. Of course, I do not have occasion to spend as much either, and do not lead so much of a butterfly life. Still, it gets something Stella gets along nicely with the children, and they mind her pretty well. Is this his second wife?
And that's when he got married there.
She is certainly a great help to our family, as trying to get along alone as I did so long was certainly an uphill pull. She is a good, true woman, a church member, and a woman of refinement. Cody has improved wonderful in manners. I take it you were a college thinker. And ways under her guardianship. I think that I was fortunate in getting such a good wife under the circumstances. We were looking for a visit from Tom, sometime near spring, but I understand that the railroad he expected to be completed in Mexico near his mine has not progressed very well, and maybe sometime longer for it will be finished. We have not heard from the state for some time. The last we heard, she had improved a little. I hope she has continued to do so. Poor girl, she is certainly not deserving of the misfortune she has had. Dickie is as fat as a pig, and the children are all growing and get very good reports from school. Ted chops most of the wood,
Yes.
and is quite a help around. He talks a great deal about Aunt George's baby. He has not forgotten it yet. I am writing this while the machine is running and will stop for this time and write you again soon. Wishing you all a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and many of them. Your affectionate son, Frank S. Treat. Frank S. Treat.
And that was just, just an ordinary letter that he had written his mother. But I thought he wrote real nice letters to his mother,
Yes, he did.
So, now I have all of your letters
Oh, no.
on all those cards that you had sent me from the time you were tiny, all of you children, all of Beth's children. I have all of those things, and I've got them all separated, and I've got them all in a little place and someday that you'll get them all too. Then you can stop and you can read all of your letters that you've written me.
Heaven forbid. I can remember Mother making us sit down and write. Some days, I was the world's worst, and still am the world's worst letter writer. And I always had such a good time here. I just couldn't understand, why do you have to sit down and write him a thank you letter? I told him I liked it when I was there, And she'd always be after us kids to write your letters.
But and then it's and then of course and I'd say them all, and then now someday you can read like your mother's and Aunt Betty's letters. I have quite a few of them that they wrote too.
Yeah, now those would be interesting to keep.
Well, now what isn't it interesting now to read a letter that your mother, and she had her 10th birthday over there. I had a few pictures here I was going to show you. They got mixed up, so I was just going to. That was just 15 years ago this month. Now this is your mother with Chucky, and Aunt Betty with Pepper and me.
Oh, I remember this time. Oh, dear.
Yes, read.
I remember that horrible two-piece.
Oh, and you loved it.
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. That was the only thing I ever wanted to wear. But, how fat it made me look. And, I thought I looked so grown up and sophisticated, but it just was ugly.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
And it's
It looked so sweet. So precious.
I don't know where Jackie was. I guess Jackie wasn't here yet. Well, yeah, because
I got So Tired and Duty Land. That big orange dog. I still have him, and you named him So Tired.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
And he's big enough for me to even sit on. And I still have him in the basement somewhere. And then Duty Land got the big teddy bear. And Cliff got the pogo stick that year. I remember that Christmas.
Oh, yeah, good looking at that. Now that's Betty and Pat, see? And that's Elmer, and then this is my father, see? That was in front of our house there. And this is my sweet brother.